Jaya Gope Jana Vallabha Giribharadaji Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gope Jana Vallabha Giribharadari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gope Jana Vallabha Giribharadari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhattu Vrinda Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande, Om Namam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namam Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So how is everybody? Hare Krishna. The weather changed from 38 to 20. Today was very cool. In the night, I need a blanket to sleep. Yes? It's feeling cold. No fan. Nice weather. They said that because of Purushottama Mass, which is one extra month, maybe the rainy season come before. I don't know. Let's see. But it's very pleasant today. Yes? Good rain. Nice to be back in Mayapur, the spiritual world. I was traveling for 3 months with His Holiness Banaswami. We went to Malaysia, then we went to Australia, then we went to New Zealand, then Japan. So it was a nice, lovely tour. Mara did a lot of nice preaching, and we met a lot of devotees. We had a nice program. Devotees all over the world, they are in their own capacity, preaching Krishna consciousness, distributing books and prasadam. So it's very enthusing to see all the different devotees engaging Krishna consciousness. But it's even more enthusing to come back to Mayapur, see thousands of devotees here, all fired up, enthusiastic in serving Sri Radha Madhava. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, text 17. This is called schedule incarnation. So I read the sloka, which is on the board. Jyāyān guṇair aditeḥ sutānāṁ lokān vicakrama imān athādhiyajñaḥ kṣmāṁ vāmanena jagṛhe tripada-cchalena yācñām pathi caran prabhubhir cālyaḥ. Please read. Repeat. Jyāyān guṇair avarajo sutānāṁ lokān vicakrama aditeḥ kṣmāṁ vāmanena jagṛhe tripada-cchalena yācñām caran prabhubhir cālyaḥ. Mataji's, it's a little difficult to read this slogan, but we can try. Come on. Don't be afraid. Try. cannot see, huh? You want the book? You can read? You can read from the book? You want the book? No, okay, leave it with the book. Sutānāṁ. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we read word by word translation. Jyāyān, the greatest. Guṇair, by qualities. Avarajaḥ, transcendental. Api, although it is so. Aditeḥ, of Aditi. Sutānāṁ, of all the sons known as Ādityas. Lokān, all the planets. Vicakrame, surpassed. Imān, in this universe. Yat, one who. Atha, therefore. Abhiyajñaḥ, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. kṣmāṁ, of all land. Vāmanena, in the incarnation of vāmanena. Jagṛhe, accepted. Tripada, 3 steps. cchalena, by pretension. Yācñām, begging. Rite, without. Pathi, caran, passing over the right path. Prabhubhir, by authorities. Na, never to be. Cālyaḥ, to be bereft of. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. The Lord, although transcendental to all material modes, still surpassed all the qualities of the son of Aditi, known as the Ādityas. The Lord appeared as the youngest son of Aditi. And because he surpassed all the planets of the universe, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the pretense of asking for a measurement of 3 footsteps of land, he took away all the lands of Bali Mahārāja. He asked simply because without begging, no authority can take one's rightful possession. Please repeat after me. The Lord, although transcendental to all material modes, still surpassed all the qualities of the son of Aditi, known as the Ādityas. The Lord appeared as the youngest son of Aditi, and because he surpassed all the planets of the universe, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the pretense of asking for a measurement of 3 footsteps of land. He took away all the lands of Bali Mahārāja. He asked simply, because without begging, no authority can take one's rightful possession. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The history of Bali Mahārāja and his charity to Vāmanena is described in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bali Mahārāja conquered all the planets of the universe by rightful possession. A king can conquer other king by strength, and such possessions considered to be rightful. So, Bali Mahārāja possessed all the land of the universe, and he happened to be charitably disposed toward the Brahmanas. The Lord therefore pretended to be a beggar Brahmana, and he asked Bali Mahārāja for a measurement of 3 footsteps of land. The Lord, as the proprietor of everything, could take from Bali Mahārāja all the land he possessed, but he did not do so because Bali Mahārāja possessed all the lands by king's right. When Bali Mahārāja was asked by Lord Vāmanena for such a small charity, Bali Mahārāja's spiritual master, namely Sukracharya, objected to this proposal because he knew that Vāmanena was Vishnu himself, pretending to be a beggar. Bali Mahārāja did not agree to abide by the order of the spiritual master when he understood that the beggar was Vishnu himself, and he at once agreed to give him the charity the land requested. By this agreement, Lord Vāmanena covered all the land of the universe by his first 2 steps, and then asked Bali Mahārāja where to place the 3rd step. Bali Mahārāja was very glad to receive the Lord's remaining step upon his head, and thus Bali Mahārāja, instead of losing everything he possessed, was blessed by the Lord's becoming his constant companion and adored man. So, by giving everything to the cause of the Lord, one does not lose anything, but he gains everything that he could never otherwise expect. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gnana-jala-shalakaya Chakshurum Midam Neda Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupada Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shri Made Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasattade Satarine Vancha Kalpa Garubhyasa Kripasindu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Shri Gaur Bhatta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a beautiful pastimes where we see that the Lord is following some etiquette. Yes? The Lord is the possessor of the whole universe and many millions of universe. But still he went and asked, begging for 3 steps of land. In the 8th canto, this is very significant because Srila Prabhupada explained that in that particular pastimes, unless we are satisfied with whatever the Lord gives us, we can never be satisfied. We can ask for more and more and more. Why I don't have this? Why I don't have this? Why I don't have that? More we have, more we want. I still remember I was 10 years old and my grandfather told me, you know who is happy in this world? And I say, yes, there's so many people that have nice car, nice bike, nice building, nice wife, nice children. I say, no. These people, they're not happy. I said, why? Because they want more and more and more. I said, then who is happy? He said, only those people who accept the blessing of the Lord and whatever they have, they're satisfied with that. Those people, they are happy. I said, wow, this is a far out understanding. Because he say, you have 1 bicycle, you want 2 bicycles. You have one car, you want two cars. You have one building, you want another building. You have one piece of land, you want a bigger piece of land. You have one city, you want another city. You have one planet, you want another planet. It goes unlimitedly. So there is no way you can be happy unless you understand that Ishavasya Idam Sarvam, everything belongs to the Lord. And whatever quota He gives us, we should be satisfied with that. Whether we are beggars, we have a small house. I know some devotees live in a tin house made of this metal, which is like a oven in the summertime. Just imagine, outside is 38 and there is a sun. You can bake chapati on top without cooking. But still they're satisfied. They go and take bath in the Ganges, whatever. They live with very simple life. And somebody has a big building and they live happily in that life. So we can see that unless we are satisfied in our heart with whatever the Lord sent to us, we can never be happy. We will be always hankering and desiring for more. You know? So this is what's called the material disease. Material disease means we have been trained to think the more we have, the more we are happy. But it's not true. The more we have, you know, and then we think, okay, for 1 month we have a nice motorbike, a nice bicycle, whatever, nice building. Then we think, okay, this is old. Would be nice to have this other one. So, you know, the desire can take us far away from reality. So one should be very, very satisfied and think that the Lord give me this much. With this much I should be able to manage. In fact, a household means, you know, husband has a wife and children, and he gives money to his wife, and the wife manages the household. Huh? Because women are very expert in managing house affair. This is their domain. They keep it clean, they wash the cloth, they prepare food, they give and feed the animals, whatever. But they're able to manage with whatever we are able to obtain. And they should be satisfied. Our desire can take us away from Krishna consciousness. So unless we become satisfied with whatever we have, somebody said, but I don't have much. Doesn't matter. Because you have the spiritual world. Krishna is giving us. Okay, this lifetime we perform some austerity, we chant Hare Krishna, we develop bhakti, we develop love for the Lord, and next life we'll go to the spiritual world. In this material world, everybody is suffering. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're young, whether you're strong, whether you're beautiful, whether you're famous. Everybody. Where is Marilyn Monroe? Where is Prabhupada say? Where is Napoleon? He saw this. He went to France. He saw Napoleon's statue. Where is he? Where is Julius Caesar? Where is Alexander the Great? Where is Sophia Loren? She was a famous actress. So, I mean, everybody has to go through birth, death, old age, and disease. It's not that you have a lot of money. During this COVID, we saw so many people dying. One lady, she was the daughter of the wealthiest man in Switzerland. He said, my father was the owner of many banks. He had millions, trillions of dollars beyond your imagination. But they took him to the hospital. His money could not save him. So, who can save us? Krishna. Yes? By chanting His holy name, we can conquer death. And that is the mission of human life. The human life is not meant to be wasted, trying to acquire more and more and more. Try to become famous. How many followers I have in Facebook? Yes? Who cares? Tomorrow they can delete your account and you are not existing anymore. Now there is publicity going on. This, what is it called? This is a big illusion, very big illusion. And if we are not able to understand properly with knowledge, then we may be tempted to think, oh, I'm going to become famous, I'm going to make money, people will recognize me. After we're gone, nobody talks about us. Yes? The other day, when Maharaj used to come every day to the temple, old Maharaj, a little bit, I forgot his name, but he was walking in the street and he got a heart attack and he passed away. They took him to the hospital. He was a nice devotee. Unfortunately, he stayed for 1.5 hours on the road. People don't know who is he, where to take him. But we are all going to go one day. Srila Prabhupada said, don't think this is not going to happen to you. Yes? So we should be preparing ourselves. We should think, okay, tomorrow, 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. Parikshit Maharaj knew in 7 days I'm going to go. So he focused. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? I'm going to leave this body. Then he went to the forest, inquired from the sages, and that's why the Srimad Bhagavatam, we are here today. And Prabhupada took the Bhagavatam and translated, he put it all over the world. People all over the world can be enlightened. They can start their path back home, back to Godhead. But we don't know. It can happen to us any moment, any time. Of course, if we are able to remember Krishna's when we pass away, because we are training ourselves to chant every day, we are training our mind to serve the Lord, and if we are able to do some service, even if we forget the Lord will remember us, and He will take us back home, back to God. But there are different steps in spiritual life. From Shraddha to Prema, there are many different steps. Yes? So we have to understand where we stand, which level we are, and how we can go next level. This is called introspection. We have to see in our heart. We have to be honest and sincere. How can I go next level? How can I advance more? How can I surrender? How can I serve better the Lord? If we don't do that, and if we just do chanting Hare Krishna mechanically, it won't work. Krishna conscious means conscious. We are consciously making an effort to please Krishna, to please the Vaishnava, to perform devotional service for our purification. So the devotees think whatever is happening to me is happening for my purification. We never think, oh, why the Lord did not protect me. I was cutting potato and I cut my finger. Oh, why the Lord did not protect me. I'm spaced out, I'm cutting potato and thinking something else, and I cut my finger and then I blame the Lord. Oh, the Lord say He protect His devotee. So we should be very practical, understanding the Lord will not protect this body only, but He will protect our soul and our bhakti. The bhakti lata bij, which has been given as a gift to us from other devotees, is growing. And we have to nourish and protect that plant. So how we can do that? By constant hearing about the pastimes of the Lord. By constantly associating with devotees. By constantly perform bhakti with a proper attitude. It's not that somebody say, okay, we have to do this. Okay, I don't really want to do it, but let me do it, you know. No. Favorable attitude to perform bhakti. Many great sages, many great devotees, the 4 Kumaras, that were impersonalists, by seeing the Lord smelling Tulsi, they become devotees. Even the animals. Gajendra was an elephant. He was fighting with a crocodile for many years. And at one point he understood, I'm going to lose this battle. He took with his trunk a flower and he offered it to the Lord. And the Lord came from Vaikuntha rushing to save him. So, Shraddha means faith. We had to have that conviction that Krishna is there and Krishna is in my heart and Krishna knows better than me what is the best. So by performing devotional service, we can actually achieve the ultimate goal of life. So in this particular pastimes, we see that the Lord went and begged him, because Prabhupada explained, this is the culture that you don't take away things from other people which they belong to them. Although everything belonged to the Lord, still he went and begged, please give me 3 steps of land. And then, with his permission, he took the first step. The second step covered the whole universe. And he asked us, where am I going to put this 3rd step? And then Bali Mahārāja offered his head. And Prabhupada commented, he said, by giving everything to the Lord, he didn't lose everything. The Lord gave him a planet and become his doorman. He became a chokidar. So sometimes we are afraid to give. But more we give, more we receive. That is Krishna consciousness. In the material world, everybody is struggling for existence. This is mine. This is mine. I won't give it. They become attached. They want more, and whatever they have, they become attached. But that is due to ignorance. In this particular pastime, we see the devotee, he gives everything. Understanding that everything belongs to Krishna. So, I give my head, I surrender to you. By fully surrender to the Lord, he gains everything. So the Lord has such a great anchoring to see us, the conditioned, fallen, living entity, going back into the kingdom of God, going back to the spiritual world. So he himself come in this place 500 years ago as Lord Chaitanya to distribute love of God to everybody. Qualified, unqualified, high, low, this, that. No, he's not looking. He said, give the blessing to everybody. Chant Hare Krishna and go back home, back to God. So this is the special blessing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared. It doesn't appear every Kali Yuga also. Only in this particular Kali Yuga the Lord appeared himself. It says when the God sees the devotees from their planet, they feel like the devotees are part of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. It's only 500 years ago. For the demigod is a flickering, a moment. So they see the devotee, this devotee that's doing Harinam, they're spreading the chanting of the holy name, they're distributing books, that's distributing this knowledge. This is the desire of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam. This is the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that everybody will get his mercy. Everybody will become qualified to go back home, back to God. This is a special boon. So we have to take this message in our heart and try to distribute this to everybody. But achar and prachar is very important. Srila Prabhupada said, who is Vaishnava? What do you say? Who say? What Prabhupada say? Come on, help me. Who is a Vaishnava? Huh? No. A Vaishnava is a gentleman, Prabhupada say. Achar and prachar. Who is the best devotees? Lord Chaitanya say. Who is the best devotee? Lord Chaitanya say. You remember? Chaitanya Charitamrita? Huh? Yes, but he say that you are the best devotee. Haridas Thakur, he say you are the best in practicing and you are the best in preaching. Therefore, you are the Acharya of the Holy Name. Haridas Thakur was not initiated by anyone. Haridas Thakur was a Muslim. Yes? He did not try to enter in Jagannath temple. He moved when the Brahmana walked in the street. He was very humble. But when he preached, he was fearless. He was preaching and he's telling that simply by chanting Hare Krishna, you can go back to God. And one Brahmana said, no, this is not possible. Yogis are doing austerity, this, that, so many things. It's so easy. No. Then he said, if you're telling a lie, your nose will fall off. And after a few days, his nose fall off. the devotee were feeling very upset. Oh, why this Brahmana is talking like this? Haridas Thakur is so humble, and he knows the scriptures. So Lord Chaitanya said, you are doing achar and prachar. You are the best devotees of the Lord. Not only that, when Haridas Thakur passed away, he took his body and he danced with it. And he made his own samadhi. And he went and collected money from all the people, inhabitants of Puri, and he made a big feast. Now, a Brahmana is not supposed to touch the body of outcast, right? But Lord Chaitanya felt he's a great devotee. So, we had to become gentlemen in our behavior. It doesn't matter we are dealing with a rickshawala, or we are dealing with a vegetable man, or somebody is trying to cheat us. We are not stupid, but we behave always nicely. Yeah? We don't say, hey, you rascal, boom, give him one slap in his face. Who are you, rickshawala? But no, these rickshawala are also born here. They're also somehow, they're born in this place, in the holy land of Lord Chaitanya. So, we have to learn. We see Srila Prabhupada was very exemplary, Rarely he got angry with somebody. Sometimes he got angry with the devotee to teach them, but he was always transcendentally situated. And he was always very aristocratic, and he was a gentleman. Wherever you walk, people say, wow, who is this person? He was the embodiment of a Vaishnava. So that we have to practice ourselves. Because what people will remember is not our preaching. People will remember if we treat people nicely, if we have love, if we see people as a spirit soul, and think, how can I make this person a little more advanced, a little more closer to Krishna? That's very important. Otherwise, the four mistakes are there. Cheaters and cheated. We make mistake. We become illusion. So, how to become free from this is by practicing and being very sincere and very honest with ourselves. So we can remain humble. The famous sloga, Trinada Pisu Nichana, Tarora Pisu Ishnana. So how we can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly by remaining humble. And the humbleness is acquired with knowledge. It's not knowledge of impersonal. Knowledge of the scripture means knowledge of Bhagavad Purana, knowledge of the Shastra. By this knowledge, we can understand properly, and we can overcome all the difficulty. And by the association of the devotee, we are protected all the time. We can progress very fast in Krishna consciousness. So this is a beautiful pastime. Today we learn how to behave properly, how to ask people properly. We want something, we can ask. Yeah, can I have this? The devotee will surely give it to us. Because the devotee are very merciful. Whatever we need, we can inquire. And the Lord will supply to us whatever we need for our Krishna consciousness. So I'd like to thank you very much. I will stop here. We have a few minutes for question and answer. If you do have any question, if you would like to comment on this, you can improve on this class and say some further understanding. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Yes, Prabhuji. Please, give the microphone.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that the desire to take more and more fame, prestige. So, when in my personal introspection, sometimes some kind of opulence, if it's coming towards us, we say no because we know that I cannot handle this. Like suppose like fame or prestige or position. So, aren't we rejecting that service which is coming along with that opulence, suppose we are getting some high post or something. So how do we decide that this is not good for me? I am going there for like I will not be able to practice Krishna consciousness properly. I will not be able to serve over there properly because I'll be having other motives, prestige or fame, like that. I hope I got the question to you.
Nice question. Thank you for asking that. See, the thing is that if the devotee requests us to perform some service, then we should accept that service because it's given to us by the Lord. Maybe within that service there will be self-realization, will be you becoming more humble because you're put in a higher position or whatever it is. But the devotee knows very well that whatever the Lord gives us, we can engage that in devotional service. So we should not reject unnecessarily. If somebody come and say, I want to give you $1 million, you can use for the temple. I say, no, I don't want money, I don't touch money. Then it's Maya. You should take the money and go and give to the temple and say, okay, we're building a new temple, please accept this donation. This devotee wants to be anonymous, he doesn't want to know who, they don't want people to know who it is. But we can use everything. Srila Prabhupada say, even say that we can use the atomic bomb. I don't know how, but so Srila Prabhupada was very, very eager to engage everything in Krishna service because everything belonged to the Lord. So sometimes as a devotee you have been asked to be temple president, to be GBC, to be whatever it is, but hey, you can say, I'm not qualified, but if you think I can perform this service and I will not fall down, and this will be auspicious for my spiritual life, then I will try. Not that I will be successful, but I can try. So we can do that. We should not reject. If somebody come and glorify you, you say, I'm just a servant. I'm not famous, I'm not infamous, whatever I am here, I am in front of you. So my desire is to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, because that's our natural position. So sometimes devotees are put in an exalted position. Sometimes we see people that are given wealth, name, fame, glories. But the Lord, the devotee engage all these things in the service of the Lord. Yes, Prabhuji. Can you please give the microphone? Does this answer your question, Prabhuji? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your class. Prabhu, hearing you, I see a bit contrast in urgency, sense of urgency. Sometimes, like when it is said it's very special time, Lord Chaitanya appeared, life is short, we have to be aware that we can die anytime.
Is it not true?
Yeah.
It's true.
I do believe that a person can die anytime, and it's very important that we do the things, perhaps we live the life. Like right now, I'm here in this class. So this experience for me is just happening once in my lifetime.
Okay.
So, but at the same time, in like Vaishnava theology, we have reincarnation.
We have?
Reincarnation.
Incarnation.
Life.
Life after life, yeah, we don't die.
But
Yes.
then in Christianity, Christian theology, you don't have reincarnation, you have resurrection. So you live only once. So
No. Who said that? In
no?
Krishna and Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that we are never...
But I'm just trying to reflect on the contrast between there is a sense of urgency, but at the same time, we never know how the karma works, the variables of it. We may take birth again and again, many times. And how, like, generally speaking, if I'm very much aware and sensitive towards time, then I would try to live it fully, any experience that I have. But at the same time, in a devotee lifestyle, when it becomes monotonous, like regulated, but some sense, there is some kind of lethargy comes along.
Becomes what?
Lethargy, like...
Lethargy. Means they become
like
slow, they
morning
take it easy.
program,
Yeah.
Bhagavatam class, the same lifestyle. So then they need kind of encouragement every day, like listening every day to Bhagavatam class and this suggestion, like how important it is and so on. So how do you reconcile this to the sense of urgency, but at the same time, the lifestyle, I find it.
Are you working or you live in Mayapur?
I am visiting now.
You are visiting. So you are work in Calcutta somewhere?
Yeah,
Yes.
Vrindavan.
Vrindavan, okay. Yeah, see, the thing is like urgency is always there. We live many lifetimes, we don't die. Means we leave this body and we take another body according to the teaching of Lord Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. The idea is this: we can go slow and take many lifetimes, or we can try to focus our life around the teaching of the Lord, but we don't have to leave our work, we don't have to leave our family, we can do whatever we are doing, but at the same time, putting the main focus in developing Krishna consciousness. There is urgency there, because in this lifetime, we can perfect ourselves, and we can completely transfer ourselves, our soul, to the spiritual world. We can do that. But some people say, oh, no problem, it will take 1 million lifetime, 100 million lifetime. But the thing is that Kali Yuga is progressing. And it is pretty bad already now. Just imagine after 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, it will become worse and worse and worse. This is Kali Yuga. You know Kali Yuga? This time we are living, you know. There's a cyclical time. There is Satya, Tetra, Dwapar, Kali. The time is clicking for everybody. So we are living in this particular time frame. And in this particular time, Lord Chaitanya appeared and give us this chanting process by which we can perfect our human life. So let us look at ourselves. Let us not look at the life of other devotees. Everybody can take his own time. They can do whatever they want. We are not responsible for them. But let me take responsibility for my own life and say, okay, if I understand properly, I should perfect my human form of life. And I don't need to change anything external other than my consciousness. Because I am the soul, I'm not the body. But still, you have some responsibility with the family, children, I don't know if you're married or not, or whatever. Everybody has some responsibility. So we can fulfill those responsibilities at the same time become spiritually advanced. That is possible. And that is a process of bhakti yoga. Yoga means to link ourselves with the Supreme. And bhakti means through devotion. So the acharya, they're giving us all the different steps, from sadhu sangha to prem. There are different steps by which we can perform our journey back home, back to God. So if we study this philosophy and we understand it, and if we chant Hare Krishna every day, if we take prasadam, and we prepare our mind in a positive attitude, we can actually complete the cycle in this very lifetime. Now the urgency is there, because if there is no urgency, there is no motivation. Are you married? No. Okay, so you're single. But if you are married, you have children, you have a house, your wife say, okay, where is the money to pay the rent? Where is the money for cooking? Where is the money for sending children to school? There's some urgency there. So you have to do something to maintain your family. Is it correct, Mataji? Yes. So, and everybody has some urgencies, some pushes from material nature to perform certain activity to achieve something. So the goal of our human life should be, how can I become a devotee of the Lord and go back home to the spiritual world where we belong? Now we are in the material world, which everything is changing and it's temporary. It's not real, it's real, but it's temporary. So understanding properly the philosophy, studying the scriptures, associating with devotees, and you live in Vrindavan, which is in topmost place where Lord Krishna appears. So by taking shelter of Krishna's and Krishna's teaching, we can actually prepare ourselves. We can immerse our consciousness in constantly remembering of the Lord, because everything we see is nothing but connected with the Lord. So as long as we think we are separate from the Lord and all these material things are meant for my enjoyment, I am the center of the universe, I am God, then we are in illusion. But if we think I am the servant of Krishna, everything belongs to the Lord, and everything is to be used for His pleasure, then we are Krishna consciousness. It's not difficult, it's very easy. So there are certain mechanisms which we have to work in our understanding of life, and then we can move on. And we can apply this knowledge to our very life. Does this answer your question? Some further, yes. No, okay, let him finish. Wait. Yes, Prabhu. You can say more? You want to say something?
No, just a thought.
Yes.
But when there is a sense of urgency and very idealistic point of view is given to people, then there is an inspiration given. But then it creates a gap between where people are and where they want to be. So they want to bridge that gap as soon as possible. So want to act like a devotee, talk like a devotee, and follow all the procedure. But then inside, they know where they are. So the encouragement is lacking many times, that I feel.
Let's say that Srila Prabhupada said when we switch off the fan, for some time it will continue to rotate. See, karma can be dissolved. From the first day you start chanting Hare Krishna, your karma is gone. But still, because we have been millions and trillions of lifetimes in this material world, we still have some desire, some contamination, some unwanted things, which will become purified as we chant Hare Krishna and as we progress in spiritual life. So it's like we are in the train. Somebody is in the third class, somebody is inside vegetable selling wagon where there is no seat, somebody is in second class. Second class AC, first class, and then there is a driver, and there is... So it doesn't matter. If you stick to be inside the train, you will reach your destination in whatever platform, whatever coach you are. So in Krishna consciousness, we are all in a different level. But if we remain and try to be Krishna consciousness, then we will achieve perfection in due course of time. So it's like if you see a child, when he starts to walk, he falls down so many times, but the mother pick him up and put him straight. And then he walk a few steps, and then he fall down again. And pick. Why? Because the child has the potency to walk, even though it's falling down so many times. So similarly, we are children in Krishna consciousness, and we maybe have not completely understand the topmost realization. But if we remain in association of the father and mother or the devotees, we'll start to walk in Krishna consciousness, and we can become perfect. Does this answer your question? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu has an answer, you can take.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We are running out of time, maybe, but...
No, we have time.
Yes,
we have more
yes.
5 minutes. No
I
problem.
wanted to ask, reconnecting to the, what you were
Sloka.
saying, also a little bit,
Yes.
about... so practically, we should do only what devotee ask us to do, or so that it will be very, easy, Actually, Prabhupada say that Krishna consciousness is easy for, we see,
Those are
easy, simple mind, and instead when you want to try some your own initiative, some kind of service, you would like to perform, like this. That it's a little bit more risky, or not?
Yeah, the thing is that suppose we want to perform some service, which is, we have to connect the service with the devotee. So we ask the devotee, what do you think if I'm going to start this restaurant? Or what do you think if we're going to have Ratha Yatra in this city? We never did it before. So devotees, they don't go all out by themselves and say, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, you can try. But, we need always the consensus of intelligence. That means my head thinking one way, but maybe I'm thinking wrong. Maybe I'm in illusion. I am so enthusiastic that I think, hey, let's go and do a Ratha Yatra in Israel. But then, if we don't have the permit, we don't speak the language, will the government agree to let us do the Ratha Yatra? Maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know. But so we can have enthusiasm. Utsaha is very good. But then we inquire from the devotee, what do you think? Can we do this service? it will be auspicious. Will it please Krishna? Will improve my Krishna consciousness and the Krishna consciousness of that place? Or by performing this service, I will get lost because I will be disappointed, I won't be able to make money, I won't be able to preach to anybody. In the end, I think, oh, nobody cares. No, but so we have to be intelligent enough to ask the advice of the Vaishnavas. Whatever we want to do, because Srila Prabhupada asked Mukunda Maharaj, at that time he was married, and a few other devotees, you go to London and start a temple there. They had no money, they only had a ticket one way. You know, they were from America, they were not from Europe, but they went there, and what they did every day, you know, they start to chant Hare Krishna in the street, and they had only a few books, they start to distribute the books, and because they didn't have the cloth, they purchased some orange cloth, and they start to put orange cloth so people can see them, oh, these guys are different. But then eventually what happened? You know, that Krishna makes the connection with George Harrison, and the preaching went fantastic. They started the temple, Prabhupada came, George Harrison donated the manor. Now there are thousands of devotees all over. So, I mean, this was the desire of Srila Prabhupada. So we shouldn't whimsically try to perform devotional service which pleases me only, my mind, I think better, I'm more intelligent. No. We should think, okay, I am not half brain. Yeah, maybe Krishna is giving this inspiration in my heart. Let me confirm with the Vaishnavas. See, Vaishnava, even when they want to have children, they have no secret. They go and tell the devotees, the spiritual master, I want to have a child. I want to perform Garbhodan Sanskar. I need the blessing of all the Vaishnava so that soul, you know, who is already advanced can take birth and then he can complete his life. Does this make sense to you? Yes? So I think it's good to always to ask the Vaishnava, look, I have this idea and I want to do this service and maybe good, maybe not good. What do you think? So in that way we'll be in the iron boat, they say. In a botta di ferro. Any other question? Mataji, yes. Last question, then we close because it's 9 o'clock. 1 minute. We have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much for your nice class. My question is regarding, you mentioned that in our performance of devotional service, we should be conscious, try to be conscious where we are, where is our level, and how to move to a higher level.
Yes.
So my question is regarding, like, because so many devotees, we find ourselves on the platform of anartha nivritti, and it can take even a whole life, or it can take more lives, many lives. So my question is, from your understanding, from your realization, what are some of the most important things that can help us to reach the Nishta platform?
Yeah, I think the service to the Vaishnava is the most auspicious things. At the same time, we need knowledge to discriminate properly, you know. Bhakti automatically gives pleasure to the heart, you know, and then automatically you develop knowledge and detachment. Yes? So this knowledge is not, I say, is not Mayavadi knowledge. It's the knowledge of the scripture is very important, because then we will be guided by the knowledge, we discriminate how to progress further. And maybe it's good if you are married with your husband to check each other, or some friend who is close to you. And sometimes it's good to understand, okay, I maybe think I am this anartha nivritti, I think I am this level, what do you think? Because maybe I don't have desire for accumulation of wealth, I don't desire this, and on. So then how can I move the next level? Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained all these passages in many of these small books available, which are translated by His Holiness Bhanu Swami. You can buy them online, or maybe there's a book table here somewhere. And so by the Acharya, by the guidance of the previous Acharya, we can make quick progress from anartha nivritti until prema. So all this, Srila Bhanu Mahārāja explained that even though we go before prema, there is still there is some danger. You know, like we saw the life who was attached to the deer. What was his name? Bali Mahārāja. You know, he was very advanced. He left his kingdom. He went to the forest. He's meditating. He saw the Lord. But then he became attached to a deer. Again, that attachment was only because of kindness of the heart. Yes? But still, when he died, he remembered the deer. And then he had to take a bird as a deer, even though he had a special blessing to remember everything. So, the thing is that in association with devotee, we can make rapid advancement, and through introspection and understanding properly where we are is very important, because then we can say, okay, we can go. I mean, we shouldn't think we are somewhere where we are not. You know, maintaining our humble position, we can always think, I'm the lowest of the lowest, but I am in this position in bhakti, and therefore, how can I advance? So, Vaishnava Seva is very powerful. Dham Seva is very powerful. Chanting of the holy name constantly is very powerful. Hearing of the holy name of the Lord, hearing of the pastime of the Lord. Of this, we reveal at one point our eternal relationship and Swarupa with the Lord. It takes time. It's not something. Even somebody tell you, okay, you are the gopi. So what? I'm going to act like a gopi now? No. So this is the Lord will reveal to us in our heart. Because we will be attached to a particular form of the Lord and particular service of the Lord. And then we take shelter of the inhabitant of Vrindavan. Means we take shelter of some great devotees in association with the Lord, and then we can understand more and more and more. It's a science of self-realization. Does this answer your question? Hare Krishna. So I think we close here. Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay, you can come and tell me because we have to close the class.